So good, wasn't it? They're back. They're called Moi. Or are they called Moin? I don't know. I call them Moi, M-O-I-N, but apparently Moin as in loin. Hung Up, AD 93. Nick Tasker doing it for Joe Andrews and Tom Halstead and percussionist Valentina Megaletti. Second album opening up this week's programme here on BBC Radio 6 Music. How are you? Hope you're well. I've just been loving listening on my way in to Jam Supernova, Unit, that new Hagen album, and tracks from Reimagined, Blue Note. Recorded down at Maida Vale a few days ago, and we'll be sort of grabbing a track from that session because Theon Cross has done Epistrophe. And I'm going to be talking to a couple of people who are on the new album. It's Volume 2, by the way, where Blue Note, the big label with a huge archive, invites people from the UK scene to go and reimagine certain tracks. She played a really good track by Oscar Jerome and Oscar Wordpiece as well today, which is on the album. But I'm going to be talking to Connor Albert and Maya Delilah, two new artists to me who are on the album and coming up with some really great tracks. Maya's done a version of Cassandra Wilson. We'll be chatting to them, talking to Makeda as well, because London Jazz Fest is just a month away, so we'll have a quick preview of what's going to be available to you. Get in there early while the tickets are still available. I have got as well, big moment, the world premiere of a new track from SAULT. Oh yes. I got the call yesterday. Giles, you ready? It's out on the 10th. And we'd like you to premiere it tomorrow on your show on 6 Music. So we'll play that. It's really beautiful. It's like 2 tracks in one. It's a preview to the album, which is dropping, as I said, on Monday, from one of our favourite groups. Well, the group that should have won the Mercury Prize last year, if you ask me. What can I say? Anyway, special guest on that is Chronix. We're going to get into a little bit of tropical disco as well today. I've got some really interesting records, tracks from around the planet, which will hopefully make you shuffle about and have a little dance for the final 30 minutes of this week's show. I'm joined by Sarah and Makeda here in the studio. I'm playing you music from Nim Sado, bass player, his self-released album called Felix, which has Idris Rahman on saxophone, the brilliant Nick Walters on trumpet, Hamish Balfour playing piano here, Laurie Lowe on drums. And this is the Spectrum. Welcome along. piano album which is dropping. And this player, I think this is the Spectrum. This track, but it's a good time to introduce our guests today. Connor Albert and Maya Delilah. How you doing?
Hey. Good. Thank you for having us.
Am I catching you by surprise? You weren't expecting
not at all.
No, you weren't.
We're so ready.
Well, first of all, actually, Connor, you had something that happened to me last week, which was the chain. Your chain went on your way up here on your bicycle, right?
Yeah.
So are you good at? Can you fix your chain kind of?
I managed to fix it, but it took me a little while. You know.
What about the puncture situation? Can you do that?
I've never fixed a puncture myself. I have to take it to a shop.
Yes.
But I've heard it's fairly easy.
Well, I think so, but I've never done it myself either, and I'm always panicking that the back tyre will go more than the front one. I've got a feeling just that will be a bit complicated because you've got the gears and all that stuff. Haven't you to re-put it? And
you got to mess with the gears as well.
Well, yeah, because you've got to pull it out and all kinds of stuff. So it's anyway. Well done. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Where have you come from today?
South East London. Don't know how specific I want to be.
Okay, yeah.
South East London. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, and Maya, thank you. You've come from pretty much my neck of the woods.
Yeah,
right?
I've come from Hackney.
Right.
So nice straight bus.
Excellent. Like number 73.
Number 73.
73, the classic. So you're both here, and Makeda's here as well. And is your microphone working? Hello.
It is. Hello.
How are you?
Hello. Yeah,
so I thought we'd get you all in today because, well, first of all, obviously there's the reimagined album, and there's two names that are brand new to me, and I wanted to find out a bit about you both. But I also wanted to find out, Makeda, a little bit about London Jazz Festival because it's not far away. It's pretty huge. And there's a few highlights, right?
Yeah, I've got loads. It's very exciting. I think it's 30 years this year, so really looking forward to it. And, you know, you've obviously got some really big names again. Like last year was amazing. And this year we've got, you know, Diane Reeves, Kurt Elling. You've got this really cool thing, like collection of called Mood Swings with Brian Blade, Joshua Redman, Kristen McBride and Brad Meldau. Abdul Ibrahim, just tons. But then also, I'm also really excited for some newer acts as well. We've got Connie Han, really cool pianist. Selene Santemé, which is close to my heart because I always have a bit of a bass agenda. So there's Selene Santemé, obviously the amazing Ron Carter, the master of the bass. We've got Tarek Yamani, who's a pianist from Beirut. One that's very close to my heart, which is a New Civilization Orchestra playing Joni Mitchell's Hejira featuring Eska, which is going to be wicked.
Yeah.
The Burning Spring. We've got tons. I mean, I could keep going.
I know. And to be honest with you, I just asked our guests today just to have a quick look at it, and it's not a quick look. It's like huge. I was trying to look at this event, and what's great about London Jazz Festival, number one, it has become one of the top festivals in the world for jazz and related musics, but it's also really nicely balanced between domestic local groups and international acts, because in the old days the sort of festivals were dominated by groups that were coming from the States and around the world, but now our scene is so strong, which is really where you come in, because in a way I didn't even know who you were until last week, until I got this record reimagined, and I'm like, I'm meant to be sort of on the sort of cutting edge of jazz ish, and I suddenly I was listening to the album and I was loving these tracks that you were both on. I was like, these are two great artists, and I found out a bit more about you, and so maybe we could start with you, because first, well, tell us a little bit about how you got into the music and where you're at in your career, and where Blue Note fits into it for you.
Well, I started playing guitar when I was very young, when I was about 8, and kind of always was really into like improvisational guitar, and kind of thought I was going to be a session musician, play a lot of guitar, and then realised I wanted to do my own artistry. And it's interesting because I've never really considered my music to be jazz, and I think when I started doing improvisational kind of solo-y stuff on guitar, that's when I think I got put more in the jazz bracket, which I actually really like, and it's made me open my eyes to more jazz. So I'm really enjoying the whole jazz scene, because I'm relatively new to it. And then, I got hit up by Decca and Blue Note to do the reimagined album, and got to know some really great artists through it, and just kind of going with the flow of jazz. Yeah,
sure. I'll tell you what, I mean, Blue Note's got a pretty amazing line. It's not just jazz, it goes quite far beyond that in a way. And what I thought was great was that you went for a Cassandra Wilson track. Mm-hmm. Did you know Cassandra Wilson? Did you sort of just find yourself there? Or
I knew Harvest Moon, which is obviously Neil Young, and because I love that song so much, I looked up other versions and covers before anyway, just because I love the song. So I found Cassandra through Harvest Moon anyway, and I really love her version of the song. I think it's very mesmerising.
Do you know if she's heard your version yet?
No.
Maybe she will soon, right?
Maybe she will.
That'll be interesting. And you're off to America tomorrow, so you're kind of touring.
Yeah, in a few days. Yeah, touring for 2 months.
And is that just you doing a solo show, or you?
No, I'm with a trio supporting the band Melt.
Right, great. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's play your song. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, hang on. Here we go.
You ain't that special.
That's the wrong one.
You ain't that.
No, that's the wrong one. Here we go. What was that? That's another track of yours, right?
That's not out yet.
You were going to what time?
I'll be.
And hello, dear listeners.
This is coming out of Switzerland via Ghana. They call the Concolo Orchestra.
And which is out now on Philophone Records. And I'm happy to announce my second single called Yine. Fafa Adoni. Here speaks Florence and hello Giles. Hello Giles and hello dear listeners. Here speaks Florence Adoni. I am a Fafa gospel singer from Ghana, and I'm happy to announce my second single called Yine, which is out now on Philophone Records. My second song for Yele is the
What up with it's Mino, and I'm here with Gilles Peterson on BBC Radio 6 Music. You sure?
Six Music. BBC News.
Recorded some the art new. We've got some Surprise Chef, and I've got a new album from the Brazilian guitarist Fabiano do Nascimento, who's just recorded some stuff with the Arthur Verocai String Quartet. I'll play you some of that after the news.
Six Music. BBC Radio 6 Music. BBC News at 4:30. I'm Nikki Cardwell. Police in Ireland have confirmed that 10 people have died in an explosion at a petrol station in County Donegal. They include 4 men, 3 women, 2